This is State of Business News Report. The top businesses leading the way. This is the business magazine show that covers business trends and highlights progressive and leading companies. Here's your host, National Strategic Communications PR and Marketing Consultant, and Emmy Award-winning journalist and news producer, Ann Shatilla.
Hi, I'm Ann Shatilla in Los Angeles. This is the 30-minute business magazine program that takes a look at those who are leading the way. When it comes to leading the way, Air Hollywood is one of the top leaders today as the world's largest aviation motion picture studio. Located in Los Angeles, California, it's produced footage in hundreds of movies, TV shows, and commercials. It's where Hollywood shoots its airplane scenes. This is the most realistic, film-friendly airport and aircraft standing set and prop facility in the motion picture industry. Now, Air Hollywood is a game changer for the entire industry with its new Autoplane, a custom-made, fully mobile airplane studio on a semi-truck that now travels to the film sets anywhere in the world. Normally, setting up such a location takes 2 weeks. Now it's done in just 2 to 3 hours. Autoplane is the brainchild of industry leader Talat Kaptan. He's a veteran film producer and Air Hollywood CEO and founder.
The Autoplane is a 53-foot truck. It's a new technology, a new way of filming on an airplane. And we designed and we invented the Autoplane to film inside of an airplane, because filming on a real airplane, it's impossible. To be able to deliver it to studios all over the countries, to be able to film inside of an airplane and make it easier for them to film.
Because in the pandemic, crews and actors weren't able to travel. Now the wingless Autoplane with flyaway walls and ceiling panels do the traveling weekly, non-stop, across the U.S., Canada, even Hawaii. Kaptan led the way over the past 2 years, thinking forward, and now it's changed the entire future of filmmaking.
Normally we deliver the airplanes to you and we open it up. It takes us a couple of hours. We set up the first class, the economy, whatever your request is, and we put it together and for you to film it. It took us like literally almost 2 years of trial and error to make it work. And now that every filmmaker sees it, they go, wow, this is incredible. Within 2 or 3 hours, you can really start filming immediately, and you're ready to film, and you can film all your scene in a day or two. So that makes it a lot easier for everybody and save a lot of money.
Air Hollywood also produces the renowned Pan Am Experience, a detailed recreation of an exact 1970s-era Pan Am Flight 747 replica, with full formal luxury dinner service and an experiential gala evening on board. You go back in time so authentically when glamour and high style was the way of travel. Air Hollywood also provides airplane scene sets for events and parties and rents cockpits, planes, terminals, and props to production companies and the public. And it offers several public programs to help. With the studio's immersive air terminal and airplane studio, it helps autistic children to learn to maneuver through an airport and an aircraft. It's called Open Sky for Autism, and it's one of Kaptan's favorite things, as well as their program Fearless Flight, which encourages confidence in flying. Air Hollywood, a business now truly leading the way. The work of internationally renowned blue-chip artist Sir Daniel Wynn continues to take the world by storm.
Master artist, Sir Daniel Wynn.
He and his work are in a class by himself, leading the way. His sculptures and paintings featured at exhibitions around the world are unparalleled and unrivaled. His work is endlessly highlighted. His mixed media symbolism unprecedented and fully authentic. His artistic style he coined existential surrealism. His creativity abounds, unequaled, highly attuned detail through three-dimensional mixed media, multi-layered creations. This is why I chose Sir Daniel Wynn as one of the leaders who can share how to reach such pinnacles. I joined him for a one-on-one conversation at his flagship gallery on Rodeo Drive. I asked him about his role as a leader globally.
Leadership is very subjective, and what I consider leadership is that what you do in this world is a positive influence for others is what's most significant. Leadership to me is doing something of an impact to the world. My background is a struggle escaping from Vietnam, war-torn to U.S., studied medicine to become a doctor, but then gave it up to become an artist because what I want to do is leave behind a legacy of what I call my philosophy and visual language so that I can heal people intellectually and emotionally, whereas before, I was studying to heal people physically. Now what I want to do is leave the world and create something that is a visual language of universal truth that gives them more of an impact on people's lives and make them have them feel good about themselves and why they exist and what is the meaning of life.
Wynn's sculptures and paintings stand the test of time. They have no limits. And time is the theme of his highly anticipated new three-dimensional mixed media collection. It's called Timeless Presence. Already gaining worldwide attention, it's a series of 12 sculptures that match the 12 hours of the clock. He creates in clay and then transforms with stainless steel, metal, bronze, lucite. It's all done using a diminishing lost art called lost wax process. He's an expert in the technique, which is difficult and dangerous to do. He pushes the limits of the foundry. Some of the works take months or even years. He uses no models, all comes from within. He told me he envisions it in his dreams and with his eyes closed. His work is based on the golden ratio and the Fibonacci number sequence. Wynn says his pieces can speak as deeply or not, as much as someone wants to analyze, to decipher, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, and philosophically.
Think about a philosopher writing a philosophical book. These 12 sculptures, chapter 1 to 12, the first hour to 12, they are like chapters in a book. By the time you finish looking at all 12 sculptures of mine of the Timeless Present series, hopefully that gives you a better understanding emotionally and in your spirit and deep down in your soul of what universal truth and what is the meaning of life.
Daniel Wynn, artist, fine art curator, and philanthropist, says his wish is that future generations, art critics and curators examine the world to which he is created, to understand his form of communication through art that pulsates and resonates and truly leads the way. Christopher Guy is the award-winning global luxury lifestyle brand that's been leading the way around the world. Epitomizing beautiful design and workmanship, its furniture and decor are synonymous with global industry growth. It is known for its grandeur of creativity and international appeal, gracing the homes, hotels, and luxury spaces of royalty and elite to Hollywood and beyond. It spans the continents. The company went from being one of the world's largest luxury mirror companies to becoming a full lifestyle brand. Birgit Mueller is brand ambassador for Christopher Guy.
Christopher Guy is a global leading brand because it's represented in almost every country around the world. There are stores in Dubai and showrooms in Turkey and Iran, in the UK and Shanghai. And between all our brand ambassadors, almost every single language in the world is spoken. Christopher Guy also adapts to the sign of the times, and we come out with the latest trends in design and furniture. There's also an understanding of luxury, which I believe not many companies have anymore in this day and age.
Headquarters in Singapore, a 2 million square foot workshop in Java, Indonesia. It is a tranquil Zen surrounding, built to encourage the unobstructed flow of creativity, to build the pieces that fill the homes, hotels, and spaces today right around the globe.
Our clients come into our showrooms and they just love the way they feel. They love the settings, how we present ourselves, and they feel at home. We have a lot of celebrity clients and a lot of studio heads that, just come into our showrooms and go, oh, I love the way it looks here, and I can see myself. I can see the setting in my home.
Right now, a pop-up shop is in the design district of Los Angeles on famed Melrose Avenue, until it becomes a state-of-the-art showroom a few blocks down the street, and it's already creating a buzz. The new showroom will be shared with another global luxury brand, Clive Christian Furniture USA.
Here we are in the Christopher Guy West Hollywood pop-up showroom. It's a temporary showroom. We are working, however, on a new state-of-the-art showroom, as we have partnered with Clive Christian, another luxury brand that understands and shares the same values with us.
As this global lifestyle brand continues to shape trends and style innovation, today its leadership philosophies and standards offer timeless beauty, characterized by elegance and a creativity that continues to lead the way. Think 1950s Italian Riviera, European luxury, a gentleman's dressed-down look. That's the curation that's created a luxury cult following on the Via Rodeo at 2 Rodeo in Beverly Hills. It's a store that's part man cave and part gathering spot. Owner brothers Asher and Aaron Goldenberg opened Shinobi Menswear, means warrior, with an idea of taking these unprecedented times and creating a space, a special space, to transport men to a lifestyle they admire, surrounded by luxurious, rugged, curated styling. It's a place where the boys can be with the boys in luxury.
We focus on dress-down luxury. Think 1950s retro-modern Riviera, James Bond on his day off. So guys are not wearing suits anymore, so we really try to focus on making guys the best dress in the room, no suit required. So we're talking really great pants from Italy, maybe a blazer from London, and throw on some Spanish shoes and you look like James Bond, Sean Connery.
The curators custom create individually, and people have been flocking to see what all the buzz is about. And as I interviewed them, I found out something very interesting. Their background has helped form the concept.
The concept comes from my brother and I think our background. My brother was Israeli special operations. He was on the border of Gaza for a couple of years. I was a former Navy pilot, and I was stationed in Iraq for a couple of tours myself. And I think the idea of the rugged, tough gentleman, that speaks to us on an experiential, personal level. And so when we want to put a man together, I mean, it's the traditional role of a man in the world. We want a guy who's going to look like he's tough, like he's ready for anything, and that's a gentleman in our regard. And so a gentleman goes out, he's ready for the world, he's ready for whatever comes at him, and why not look like $1 million when you do it?
During the pandemic, the brothers expanded from their Fashion Island location in Newport Beach to Rodeo Drive. They stayed true to their focus, which is create a space and a feel. I call it Custom Luxury Shopping 3.0, a new way of doing it, as much experiential as it is about the items. And they did it with an innovative concept that's about to take off. The Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce continues to lead the way since 1923. Serving the luxury capital of the world through marketing, advocacy, and education, the Chamber has been going nonstop for these past 2 years, helping businesses. Todd Johnson, Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce CEO, says, with everything that's gone on and continues to go on and possibly unfold, so far, we have picked up.
So 2021 was an exceptional year for many businesses, which was a big surprise because we were still getting through this COVID. However, many businesses reported that it was record-setting years that beat 2019 and some even over 2018. Many sectors, such as the luxury retail brands, real estate has gone through the roof across the country. And, people that own homes are loving life. And also restaurants, as hard hit as restaurants were forced to think outside the box. People are out there for the first quarter of this year spending twice as much as what was expected. And we really feel that the economy is going in the right direction and going to continue to move, and 2022 looks very bright.
He says in Beverly Hills, for example, over 35 businesses have either opened, are in the process of opening, or will be opening, including 2 Michelin star restaurants and a third looking for a space, as well as an approved luxury hotel and another luxury hotel in the process of being approved. The Chamber, with its committees, councils, staff, and business members, works with city officials, local businesses, and the community at large to keep giving everyone a chance to lead the way. Starline Tours has been leading the way since 1935 as the largest tour company in Hollywood and Los Angeles, and the #1 choice for sightseeing and celebrity tours. Today, it leads for always staying on top of the trends and adapting to the needs of the public, including its new sustainable, fully electric 47-seat hop-on, hop-off double-decker bus and 5 smaller electric buses. Kami Farhadi, Starline Tours chairman, says leading the way means constantly offering new things.
We've been here a long time, and we've been doing it every year with a new idea and an extra special something for people so that they come and they see what we have to offer. We try to look for what is the new product, like for instance the 100% electric bus that we have running now as a double-decker bus. That is leading the way for everybody.
The large fleet includes double-decker buses with open roof to regular double-decker, 26 and 21 passenger with roof and open sides, and 12-seaters with no roof and open sides.
We have 5 tours. Our first is the custom private tour. You choose what you want to do, and we make sure you get it with our tour guides. Our next tour is our hop-on, hop-off, which has 3 tours around the city, and you get to see all the city over 1 or 2 days. Our next tour is a celebrity homes tour that takes you to see the homes of the stars and celebrities. Then our 4th tour is the city tour that we take all over the city over a long period of a full day's program. And then finally we take you to see all the venues that are like Disneyland, Universal, Knott's Berry Farm, and all of the other venues around the city.
Tickets are now encouraged no contact through smartphones and are emailed for safety. Starline is also known for leading the way for its top tour guides who understand the history of Hollywood. One of the areas of popularity for the tours right now is the staycation crowd, who are taking tours of Los Angeles. Amazing how much fun a family has now looking at the city high above the city rather than when you're driving. I noticed this right away. It was incredible what I saw with new eyes from that beautiful overhead vista. Starline Tours leading the way generation after generation. Hollywood celebrity hairstylist and entrepreneur Chaz Dean has been leading the way in business through the changes of the last 2 years. Dean's hair care empire, and it is an empire, used innovation to keep clients engaged. They stayed connected and they stayed 3 steps ahead. They were the earliest adopters the moment the pandemic hit, immediately getting into motion, understanding how to keep business flourishing through connection. Far before anyone was Zooming, the team had already mastered digital and social media live. Dean went on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook daily to communicate with his clients. He does that day in, day out. It's part of the business machine in these times. His indoor-outdoor studio in Los Angeles was already a safe place to be outside in the beautiful California sunshine as an outdoor sanctuary setting that was perfect for social distancing, and he implemented safety protocols before anyone that continue today. I sit down now with Chaz Dean to discuss business strategies. We look back and we look ahead. I met him at his Oasis studio, talking business and covering business.
The last couple of years have obviously been challenging, not only on people, but businesses. We've seen a lot of businesses close down, and you see the ones that have survived. And what separates the two, to me, is you have to focus much stronger than you ever have. You have to keep your eye on the goal, and you have to think outside the box. It's not this, nothing's the same. There's not anything that's the same as what you're used to. I've been in business since 1993. I've never witnessed anything in my whole career, anything like this. So as you move forward, it's with supply chain issues, with raw material issues, you have to plan ahead. It's very different out there. A lot of the people that we used to get our raw materials for are now out of business. A lot of people that we got our packaging from is out of business. Our products, our labels, everything has completely changed. I've never seen anything like this in my history. So what do you have to do? You have to be ahead of the game. You have to plan ahead. I have to plan a year ahead now, where I used to have to plan 4 to 6 weeks ahead. Now you're a year ahead. So everything has completely changed.
As well, he says, change the way you communicate with your clients. It's a whole new strategy.
During these last couple of years, you had to also learn how you interact differently with your clients, because we're not face-to-face, one-on-one like we used to. So a lot of it is through emails or texts or social media or Zoom, literally with your clients as well. So everything has changed completely, and if you don't move ahead with those types of changes, you'll have no contact with your customer base, your clients. So we've learned how to interact with our clients instead of face-to-face, keeping them in the loop of what's going on, keeping them in the know-how of what direction we're taking, and also what's going on with our business.
Dean says one thing they learned through all this, no matter how much PR and marketing we were doing, it was not enough. They grew these departments through the pandemic. He advises that companies must understand how these departments work.
We're not interacting in the same way we used to in the past. So we need to stay connected so they know what we're doing, what changes do we have going on, what new products do we have coming out, what sales do we have going on. There's so much that we need to share with them that doesn't happen in the same way we used to. The world is a different place. Who knows where we're going to land? But at this point, in order to stay on top, marketing and PR and connecting with our customers is key number one for success.
And with success comes leadership. What does that mean to Chaz Dean? He answered in a split second.
Leadership is really important, and what that means to me is staying on top of your game, knowing which direction you're going, having a game plan, but it's also never, ever losing sight of your passion. You lose your passion, and for me, it's over. I've always known that throughout my whole career. I lose my passion, and I know I can't fake it. It is what it is. This is all real. People that watch me and follow me and see me interact with people, they're like, how does he so passionate? I'm like, that is my key to my success. Passion, passion, passion.
The Chaz Dean empire, with over 665 product SKUs, continues to stay connected like few others. Practices adopted far before the pandemic, through the pandemic, and into eternity, allowing it to weather and grow, and able to lead the way.
What's unique about us is we don't use shampoo, curling irons, flat irons, bleach, no harsh chemicals, no relaxers. We try to get you to embrace what your own natural texture is, and we teach you how to work with your hair.
The Chaz Dean nationwide brand covers everything from hair and beauty to children, decor, and pets. Over 100 products alone are sold on QVC, for which Dean has become a household name since 2005. And when it comes to testing all its products, Dean says his company now has become one of the most tested beauty brands in the United States. He says they test with some of the world's best experts, scientists, doctors, and leaders, which includes Columbia University.
Our testing is extensive and thorough. We test from the bloodstream to interactions of the hair, the skin, and the follicle. We do not leave a stone unturned. We've been peer reviewed, and I take this seriously.
In recent years, there have been calls for a higher level of regulation in the personal care industry, including allowing the FDA to recall personal care products. Dean fully agrees.
I'm in support of the FDA regulating beauty products. I think it would give the public reassurance. I would just like to make sure that it also supports the small businesses, meaning maybe a grant, a loan to help them so that it doesn't isolate small businesses from entering into the industry.
Dean says testing is vital to ensure the public.
My name is on my products. My integrity is on my products. My customer means everything to me. I launched my products in November of 2000, cruelty-free, no animal byproducts, no animal testing. I would not have it any other way.
Dean adds, when investing everything into your business, never have it any other way. When you take a look at the brand's extensive product line, Chaz Dean leads the way for sheer number. Its goal is to share a more holistic approach to healthy hair, skin, and body care. This beauty empire is run by one man who long ago understood how to promote products and services. He's always developing new ones, and for years has styled clients at his salons and as well for fashion shows and award shows. His background as a photographer allows him personally to shoot every high stylized product label.
From day one, when I started creating them, I made sure they were universal on everybody. And that's kind of unheard of in our industry because everything is so segregated. This is for you, that's for you, that's for you. If you have this issue, you. But I was unique in the element that that's a new platform. What do you mean this works for me and it works for her and it works for him? How can it work for all of us? And I do call it a lot of times. I said, Wen is like the hair whisperer. It knows what you need. And it doesn't only end at the hair, but also with our skin products. It delivers what your skin is going to need because none of us are identical.
Dean says he has a goal with marketing every single product, and others should too. Remember this: aesthetics.
One of the things that's really important to me is how, before you even try the product, how it makes you feel. My photography is incorporated in every product. The color scheme, whether it's a floral for spring, whether it's a summer element, whether it's a fall or winter, I wanted to invoke an emotion in you before you even use the product. Because then when you use the product, you're like, wow, this exceeded your expectations. So to me, it's important. The aesthetics are really important.
Wen Hair and Body Care line has several new products out right now, and they're trending, powered by botanicals. The latest products based in botanicals have essential oils and extracts. Includes everything from tea tree oil, Dean can't say enough about that, eucalyptus, rosemary, lavender, peppermint, castor oil, the list goes on. He's also created a new self-tanning bronzing mist. No yellow, no smell, no streak, no spread. Chaz Dean says no matter what your product is, aesthetics are key to so much, especially to stay ahead in today's ever-changing business world. Chaz Dean, a leader who figured it out a long time ago. Well, that's it for the show. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, I'm Ann Shatilla in Los Angeles.
You have been watching State of Business News Report. Top businesses leading the way. The business magazine show that covers business trends and highlights progressive and leading companies. Closed captioning is brought to you by Many Levels Wellness Clinic of Los Angeles with locations in LA and Palm Springs. For information on how to get your business covered, please write to us at stateofbusinessnewsreport@gmail.com.